right, Herve, thanks so much for your time today. We're here in the House of Lanson, one of the most special champagne houses in all of France, isn't it?
Yes, we have a very long story of winemaking, and we are one of the oldest brands of champagne, founded in 1760, and we are well known to be one of the rarest brands of champagne that have always been faithful to the traditional method of winemaking by elaborating champagne that are always very famous for their freshness.
And if you look at your champagnes, there's a lot of high quality grapes go into even your entry level wines, don't they?
Yes, we say that we have around 50% of Grand Cru and Premier Cru grapes that we use for black label, what is a very high percentage, since on average in Champagne the surface of Grand Cru and Premier Cru represents 30% of the total area. So we are at 50%, what is a high level of Grand Cru and Premier Cru, but it is something that is coming from the story of Lanson, that have always been very well implanted in the vineyard, thanks to the story and thanks to the press houses that we have located in different villages from the Champagne area.
You've got some very famous champagne houses here in this part of France. It's pretty amazing when you think about the high quality that this region produces, isn't it?
Yes, but it's a small region, but with a big vineyard, 34,000 hectares, that is located not far from Paris, in the north of France, with a region that is very special for two very important points. For the climate, at first, because we have a cool climate, continental climate, that is to say cold during winter and that can be hot during summer. And something that is essential to understand Champagne is not only the climate but also the soil. Since in Champagne we have a chalky soil that is famous to give to our wines, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay and Meunier, the delicacy, the freshness, and wines that will be always very crispy and elegant.
Now, if you look at it, you're only 45 minutes from Paris. I mean, this is one of the best wine regions in the world. It's so accessible that most people don't even realize that it is so close to Paris.
Yes, and it's less than 45 minutes. If you come to Charles de Gaulle Airport by train, it's 35 minutes.
So that is so close for tourism. It's great to have houses like this that produce such great quality wines, especially yours. And you do a lot of wines that people don't really know. People know your black label, but you have an amazing collection of reserve wines, don't you?
Yes, to elaborate a black label, for example, we use at least 10 different vintages, 10 different years. But you can see oak casks around me. For example, in these oak casks, we can store reserve wine that can be more than 15 years of aging. For example, today we have a reserve wine from vintage 2002, 2003, 2004, 5 until 2027 that we keep in different tanks, and that will be very useful to give complexity, depth, delicacy and consistency to the style of black label.
And you've got a very special vineyard here on the actual winery as well that produces a very remarkable champagne.
Yes, we own a plot that is called Clos Lanson, that is a plot of 1 hectare. It is located in the center of France. It's a very old plot that was here at the 18th century, and we still continue to have it. And it's a small garden, a very special one, and we produce a few thousand bottles of Chardonnay that is very precious and that has a very outstanding quality. It's not a Chardonnay from Côte des Blancs, not from Montagne de Reims. It's really a Chardonnay from a clos with a strong identity, a Chardonnay very rich, very generous, but that combines not only richness but also a very nice delicacy. So it's a great wine that begins to be more and more famous. And it's a wine that we are able to produce every year because the climate is very special. We are in town, so we have a maturity that is always very very fast, and we managed to have a level of maturity and richness in the wine that is absolutely fantastic.
And something else exciting you're doing, you've got an organic champagne, and that's not very usual for the big champagne houses to be doing one.
No, exactly, yes, we are on Marne Valley, and that is an organic vineyard, but also a biodynamic vineyard. That is to say that we have all the certification to be able to produce a biodynamic champagne made with biodynamic and organic grapes. So it's very interesting for us because it shows all what we are able to do on the classic vineyard, and thanks to this vineyard, we improve a lot quality of grapes we produce on other places, and it's also a very good laboratory that we use for our growers to learn a lot about organic viticulture and sustainable viticulture.